What's up folks, Pauleh here, and this may look a little bit different because I'm using the latest John Smith texture pack, and it's got a few nice changes. For instance, you know, some of these textures here. This is to do with OptiFine and MC texture, high def texture patch has set it so you can have continuous textures and specialized textures that go on various objects like fences and stuff. I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, that's, if this looks different, that is why. Take note though, when I installed the latest John Smith texture pack, when it went night, when the sun set, my game lagged. It lagged to hell. It was unplayable. So I had to ditch the texture patcher and get OptiFine, and OptiFine seems to have cured all my issues. So that's what I'm using at the moment. I probably should just stick a... do I have any dirt? No, I don't really like doing this, but... so you may notice the texture changes. See there, it changed? It does that. Alright, so the reason why I'm doing this is because this home is on hold at the moment while I sort other things out. Look at the different textures here and now, I like that. But what I may as well do is make use of it. We're going to add in a couple of doors, we're going to divide the rooms up a little bit. Hopefully it'll be treated as separate houses. This is until I either tear it down or complete it, I don't know yet. I want to focus on this swamp build. Now, it looks ugly as hell, I know. But if it lets villagers spawn and you know, take up residence so they stop breeding again, then that's awesome. Okay, where is the bloody chest? I need more dirt. Alright, it's over there. But yeah, that's the plan anyway. You may have also noticed that the new tree textures look a bit different. They look awesome on the swamp house. I'll show you that in a moment. But I mean, even this doesn't look too bad now. Okay, there we go. Give me some dirt. I'll take a few stacks. I'll take those fences. I need them. I'll leave the iron here, although at some point I do want to make some shears to get vines. Now we're gonna maybe split this room up first, and I'll craft a few more doors and we'll stick them around the edges. I haven't seen any wee villagers yet, so that may be a problem. I'm not sure. May not be working, I don't know. But yeah, I'm using OptiFine, so I've added a few different settings. One thing I've been wondering though is, should I use the OptiFine better grasses? Better grasses adds grass textures to the sides of these. Let me show you. Like so. So it adds the grass texture to the sides, unless you place like a dirt block down and it changes. But this gives it, I'm not sure how to explain it, but you see, if I look over there, you see like all green. It looks all green. It looks like a hill almost, because like here, you don't get any nasty dirty dirt on the side. For that feature, I do kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm not 100% sure. So I'm after your opinions. I mean, it seems to be okay. I'm not sure if I like it. I just don't know. But what would you prefer? Would you like to see me use it more often, or would you just like it off? It's just viewer preference, really. It makes no difference to me at the end of the day. Although I've just come to, I'm used to it being off. So okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna split that down the middle there, and we're gonna. What are we gonna do? Actually, no, sod it. I ain't gonna bother adding any more doors around the edges. One of the other cool features of OptiFine though is the fact that you can access the texture packs while in game and switch texture packs, which is pretty nice, but right now I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, so I expanded this a little bit, and as you can see here, the fences have their own sort of textures and they look great. I may change this for Pinewood because I believe in vanilla Minecraft, I say vanilla, default texture pack, that the shade of wood for pine trees is dark, whereas the shade for jungle ones is a sort of lightish orange. So I may have to change that because I will release this at some point for everyone. But the problem's going to be, this is all going to be like multicolours just because of this walkway I'm using here. Anyway, like I said, I expanded this a little bit, just my off time. It's still being worked on, let me just pop that there. Like, I'm still debating if I should add in another house right here. I don't want it all to look the same though. You know, I don't want another house which is identical to this, so I need to work out a different shape. I'll have a look in a minute. We added some stairs here so you can get straight up, so there'll be multiple ways. Let me go place my bed because I brought my bed over. I wanted to get that placed down in here. In fact, what I'm going to go do is make every single... where would my bed go? I suppose it would just go along here somewhere. I'll stick it there for the moment. I've been trying to work out which way to expand. I suppose I could carry on going that way. Sticking a fairly sizable house here. I'm definitely liking this area though. It looks nice. It looks very pretty. Now, I will be doing more here, but right now I'm worried about the villager population more than anything, because we took a bit of a hit when the zombies attacked, and they haven't repopulated themselves. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. So okay. So I guess the zoom feature, which is actually in the Technic pack, is a part of the OptiFine. Is part of OptiFine. So that's a very nice feature indeed. I like that. Very cool. Okay, I'm getting more and more impressed with OptiFine. I'm going to remove a door here. I don't really want to, but I don't know if NPCs actually use double doors. I probably should research it. This village is probably going to get picked apart at some point in favour of the swamp village, but we'll see. I want to know why these guys are not breeding. What's going on? Is every house here? Okay, that one isn't. Alright, I see. So it's gonna be, there we go, a little bit dirty, but in terms of style, let's get out of there, you. Come on, where's the wood? There we go. At least when it looks half decent. Pop that on there, pop that there, there we go. So this is now usable. That's usable. That's usable. I think that's every house has a door back on it. Alright, indoors folks, get indoors. Yeah, no lag now. So yeah, basically when you got to this point of the day, my game would just lag out. So if anyone updates to John Smith texture pack and you get that, to fix it, use OptiFine. Works like a treat. So I'm going to quickly make it daylight. We'll see how well it works now that I've moved the bed location. Oh, and I fell out of bed. Oh, we got spiders. Alright, come on you, I need some XP. Up, down. I'm definitely going to have to get enchanting sorted. I know it would make my life a lot easier. Just check for that creepers and whatnot. Okay, so I don't know why they're not multiplying. Maybe there needs to be more housing, but yeah, I don't know. No bloody idea. Never had a spider run away from me like that. Anyway, we need to plot out this next house. So, one thing I would have done was use the jungle logs for the bottom, the part to actually get submerged in water for the stilts of the swamp homes, but it doesn't really work because of the different textures, unfortunately. I'm hoping this looks okay and doesn't look overwhelming because it's the same text, you know what I mean? It's the same design of vines that are hanging off the side, and it would probably fit better if I used those types of logs for the, just because they match with the fences here. I don't know yet, we'll see. I'll see what you lot think. If you lot think it should be changed, let me know and I'll give it a butchers and see what we can do. Now, I need some logs. I don't have any bloody logs, son of a... Okay, so... what do I have? Not much of anything, so I'm lacking on resources. I'm going to go fix that and we're going to start laying out this next house or building, whatever it's going to be. Alright, so... we're going to plot down this new house. I got a rough idea in my head how it's going to look, but I'm not sure if I like it or not. We'll see. Now the question is, do I have it in level with this, or do I bring it forward so we can mix things up? That is the question. I kind of want to have a pathway running along here, just to sort of break things up, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Or I should go ahead and just stick a house down. Nah, I'm thinking sod it and just stick a house down. Okay, in terms of design, it's not going to be anything that unique. But how far across do we want it to go? Have a look, that is what, 5 across? so actually I could just make this the same as that one, and then we add in a different style elsewhere to sort of mix it up. Or I've got an idea. I've got a bloody idea, I have. Indeed I do. So, this idea... How are we doing this? I forgot how I did the doorways. It was like that, I believe. Okay, yep. Oh, wait, bugger. I've done... I'm gonna have to move this over a bit so the doorway is flush. I think that's a good enough gap though in between. Let me sort this out. We want to get rid of this, and what we'll do... See, I'm going to make a sort of... Well, I'm hoping to make a sort of L-shaped house. Although I don't know if I've made this big enough to do that. We shall see. Let me just get back to the surface. Or on dry land. Shouldn't be too hard though, either way. And what we want to do is move all this over one, so this needs to come over by one, and yeah. Hey ho, it's not too bad though. Could have been worse, could have been way more work than needed. I'll quickly do this. Okay, so I've built this roughly the same style and size as the other one, although I kind of want to swap it up a little. So what we're going to do is, let me just, I need to add on this end here. Let's just get this on. And I'm thinking about if I take it from there out that way. I already built this wall, I wasn't really thinking at the time. But what I'm going to add should look pretty good. I hope. So we want to stick... Now I don't even have to have... that I may not. I may just leave that there. And we push it out. Although it would look better. We'll see, I'll work it out in a moment. I'm just going to get this down. Well, there's no point in me putting that there. How far out do we want it to go? Again, I'm going to have to replace that floor there. This back bit will be boarded up. Now I suppose technically I could make it come back more. But I want to leave room at the back here for a path. So I think this will be a good size. Oops. That's not what I was after. Now I was going to stick one of those in the corner. I'm thinking I might not need it. At least if I go back, say, to here, I can fit in at least okay, we do that. That should give us quite a bit of room here to work. And I'll put that in the corner there. Remove this. Bugger. We also need to remove the divider there. That pit doesn't matter. Although, if you happen to swim under it, it may look just a tad weird. So let's just kill that quickly. I'm going to wrap this up in a moment. I just want to get the floor plan finished just to show you fine folks, and so I can get some feedback. I think it's looking half decent. I mean, it's not that big, but it changes the shape of this at least, so it's not all the same, which is what I'm going for. Again, yeah, it's not going to be much room at all, but it's better than nothing, which is the main thing here. So pop that there. Maybe a couple more. There we go. So this is going to be a floor plan. It's not going to be very big. It may not have a... well, it will have the top floor, but it just changes the design up a bit, which is what I'm going for. So I still feel I should have had one of something in the corner here. In fact, I could probably get rid of that. Just bring it across the top. We could stick in a window there. I need more glass, but yeah, we could probably stick in a free plain window there. Perhaps another one here, unless I wanted it filled in, I'm not sure. But yeah, that'll work nicely. Hell, I could always add in a staircase over here, which will take up into the attic as well, or the loft. Anyway, that's about it. Apologise it wasn't much, but this is just exploring different styles here. This swamp town's going to expand out, hopefully. This is the first step, so yeah, feedback is welcome. Anyway, join me next time.